Hey, how's it, Andy? Aloha. This is Jan, and I watch Daily Pigeon every day from Alexandria, Virginia.
Hey, how's it and welcome to the Daily Pigeon Show. It's the place to be to let the pigeon flow. The Daily Pigeon Show with Andy Bumatai. Mahalo nui loa to you for stopping by.
Hey, how's it? And welcome to the Daily Pigeon. Today is our 50th show. Can you believe it? 50 shows, one a day for 50 days. Plenty of people said it couldn't be done. And you know what? Mahalo to all you buggers who've been here from the beginning. No, and you know what? You new subscribers and viewers, thanks, because we building, gang. So if you don't mind, I like to do something in celebration, and that is talk about one of my inspirations, and that is Eddie Woodgo. Who was Eddie, and why is the words Eddie Woodgo so inspirational to so many people here in Hawaii? Eddie was Eddie Aikau. He was a legendary waterman on the north shore of Oahu here in Hawaii. He was the first lifeguard at Waimea Bay. You know Waimea Bay? This is, with the monster 35-foot waves, once a year, and a short break that can broke cars in half. Brother was there lifeguarding for 10 years. He made over 500 rescues, and while he was standing on the beach, not one person drowned. An amazing accomplishment. But what he's known for the most is in 1978, he was part of the crew on the Hokulea. The Hokulea was a reproduction of an ancient Polynesian sailing vessel that was designed to prove that the Polynesians routinely sailed from Tahiti to Hawaii and back without any modern navigational equipment. You know how hard that is? I mean, think about it. You get Hawaii, which people forget is the most isolated landmass on Earth, and these buggers, needle in a haystack, sailed a boat and bink, hit it every time. Maine. So they were proven that this was possible, and they did. But in 1978, they ran into one monster storm, humongous waves, and the Hokulea capsized. And the crew was fearing for their life because they never have, radio or whatever, because they was doing them Hawaiian style. So Eddie grabbed his board and paddled for help. Everybody said, "Bri, you nuts." He said, "Hey, somebody gotta go." And guess what? Eddie would go. And he was never seen again. Now, there are other aspects of Eddie that matches Eddie Woodgo kind legend, right? He would take off on the biggest, most monster waves, right? Everybody scratching over the set, Eddie turn around, Eddie would go. But there's another incident that really shows the Eddie Woodgo style. In 1976, 2 years before he went perish, surfing, professional surfing, was just starting to blossom. Okay, the magazines was just starting to, cover everything, and the money was starting to come in, and the Australians started mounted off in the magazines that they were the kings of surfing, that the Hawaiians think they can surf. We are the ones that rule surfing, and surfing started in Hawaii, so plenty of Hawaiians took issue with that. And when Ian Cairns and Rabbit Bartholomew, the two guys that was, credited with being the most mouthy, showed up in Hawaii, they had dirty lickings. I mean, the local boys, "Oh yeah, bro, oh, you the kings of surfing. Come here, king, here, king," boom! And that was that. Okay, now these buggers went run back to their condo, afraid to leave. They were afraid, they had death threats. Okay, now, Eddie knew that this would be a black mark on surfing, on Hawaii, and just, on the sport that he loved. So he said, I'm going to talk to them and try, find out what the problem is, and maybe we can straighten this out. Everybody on the beach, all the Hawaiians, bruh, what? I thought you was Hawaiian and you can try talk to them, but they the ones was making balao. Bruh, well, you not there. No, go ahead, bro. And guess what? Against the grain, again, Eddie would go. And he went to them. He said, listen, we got to figure this out, okay? So he organized what the Hawaiians call ho'oponopono. In other words, we're all going to get together, okay, and we're going to be open-minded, pinky poo promise, nobody going to lick anybody else, and figure out what the problem was. And yeah, whatever happened, he fixed it. It was because of his effort. And surfing grew into, what is it, $1 billion industry today? Maybe not because of that one incident, but believe me, it would have looked very bad in the world stage if somebody got killed. So Eddie would go on the ocean, Eddie would go on the land. And to me, that's why those words, Eddie would go, are so inspirational. And whenever I'm worried about what might happen if I charge forward, and I think many local people do this, they're thinking in the back of their mind, Eddie would go, boom. So, mahalo for indulging me and sharing a little of what I find inspirational. And Eddie, we're never going to forget you, bro. Mahalo for what you did. And thank you for watching. Aloha.
The Daily Pigeon is one super cherished show. Make you feel right at home, so let the pigeon flow. Let the pigeon flow. Oh, let that pigeon flow. Let 'em flow, bro. Let that pigeon flow. Go, Andy.